Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review, a mini tutorial, as well as some swatches of the three brand new Obsessions eyeshadow palettes by Huda Beauty. They are called the Nude Obsessions one. So what she has done is she has released three different eyeshadow palettes, of which I have all three. They are basically called nude eyeshadow palettes, but have been specifically created to cater to all skin tones. So she has come up with nude light, nude medium, and nude rich. So basically to suit fair, medium, and deep skin tones, which I actually think is a great thing, and I don't think I've ever seen another brand that has done something like this. So kudos to Huda for being so inclusive. These retail in the UK at £27. I'm not sure why they cost more than the normal Obsessions palettes, which cost £25. I think it might have something to do with the packaging, because the other ones, which I have one here right now, this is the Mauve Obsessions ones in a cardboard box, whereas these ones, like the Neon Obsessions ones, come in a plastic casing. Not sure why. I actually prefer cardboard. It's more environmentally friendly, it's clearly cheaper to create, and it's easier to carry, and it's lighter than plastic. Talking of plastic, Huda, oh my god, I'm so bored of saying this. What's with this again? Why? It literally does nothing for this. It's like, I don't get it. I really don't understand the need. If you don't want anyone to nick it, fine. You can just stick a little piece of sellotape over the front and it's closed. You can have the ingredients and everything on the back, because all this really has on the back is eyeshadow palette in 100 different languages, and then the ingredients, and made in China. Does that mean that it's not cruelty free? Unnecessary, wasteful, climate change, come on people, we need to do better. And I have talked about this in almost all of my Huda Beauty reviews. This unnecessary flimsy packaging is just not needed. So moving on, there are three eyeshadow palettes, like I said, all together. And if you have got medium skin tone, I will be 100% honest, you can use all three. Now, if you've got deep skin tone, you can probably use all three. Actually, if you've got any skin tone, you can probably use all three of them. Huda has very clearly said, obviously she's created three specifics to certain skin tones. However, it's also down to personal preference. If you like the shades, buy it. The only thing that I would say, and by the way, I'm going to do my little tutorial. I am using all three of these eyeshadow palettes on my eyes today, and this is Wedding Day Power Bullet Lipstick, and then I think I've got one of her lip glosses on top. It's called Sheikha, one of those lip matte, demi matte, whatever they're called. Looks nice, right? Anyway, so trying to hold all three, it's not happening. Can I hold them upside down? It's easier. There we go. So these are all three of them, and they are supposedly nude. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but nude to me is more caramel, brown, neutral. These are all very pinky. They're all very pinky, purpley, mauvey. How is that nude? I don't understand that these are called nude, but they're not really. I mean, if you look at this one, this is nude light. There's one brown in it, and that's it. There are no other browns, no caramels, not even anything close. Maybe this slightly peachy one, and then all the shimmery shades are everything other than brown, nude, gold, golden, that sort of thing. And then this is the medium one. This is probably the closest I would say to nude out of all three of them, because there are more warmer toned brown, golden sort of shades. You've got caramel, you've got an orangey brown, and then you've got these shimmery metallic shades as well, which are more along the nude range. And then when you use the rich one, again, one brown, one. Now this one is like a deep, but it looks brown, but it's actually like a very deep plummy brown. But then again, you've got very much pinky, cranberry-ish sort of colours. That doesn't say nude to me, so I'm very confused. I think my definition of what nude is very different to Huda's. Hers is very much pinky, and the reason why I actually happen to have this one to hand is because when I have been using this ever since I bought them, I bought all of mine from Feel Unique, as Huda Beauty is set up as my brand for life, meaning I will always get 10% off of Huda Beauty products. Then I send it next day, click and collect to Asda, so I literally waited 24 hours before I was able to receive them. Now, as I have been steadily using all three of them ever since they released, I have noticed that a lot of the looks that I seem to be creating are very reminiscent of other looks that I have created with other ones of her palettes. Because I did think, okay, she's created quite a few palettes over the past 2 years. She's created the larger palettes, and then she's created quite a few of these mini obsessions ones. I probably have, I'd say 90% of them. There's probably one or two that I don't have. Now, even this look that I'm wearing today, I was like, looks a lot like ones that I've created, for example, with this one here, which is the Mauve Obsessions palette. And then I kind of put these two, the rich one and this one together. Can you see how similar they are? It's not just me imagining it, is it? It's not. Look. Look how similar the shades are. Very, very similar. Bringing out the big boy. The new Nude palette, which was one of her huge ones and a favourite of mine. Hello. Are we seeing repetition? I think we are. In particular, oh, gonna drop it. This mauvey kind of pinky one in the corner looks exactly like this one here called Lace. Like, look, if I put them next to each other, can you see that? It's not just me imagining it, is it? So, I would say definitely look through your collection first, depending on what other Huda eyeshadow palettes that you may have, and you will see that there is quite a bit of repetition of shades. However, that is not to discount the fact that these are a straight 10 out of 10. I love every single one of them. There is not a single one that I regret getting. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. The mattes are soft, buttery, easy to blend, very pigmented, don't take long to come up with a variety of looks. I like the fact that these are so mixed in different types of tones and textures, meaning that you'll be able to create so many different looks. I love the fact that each one has got, even though there are 9 shades in each palette, I love the fact that there are 4 shimmery metallic shades and then 5 matte shades. I love the mix of that. It made sense for me to have more mattes than shimmers because mattes are the ones that tend to finish more quickly. They are so easy to blend, so easy to use, and I absolutely love them. Now, if you guys are going to ask me to pick a favourite, I hate you, because I don't know if I actually have a favourite, because I have been mixing all 3 of them. Like I said, to create this look, I mixed 3 to create looks. I mean, personally, I would probably say it's a toss-up between these 2 in terms of my own favourite, but I'm obviously not trying to sway anybody else's decision. It's all down to personal preference, the kind of makeup looks that you like to create on a daily basis, or even going out at night and that sort of thing. What I love about these palettes is they're very much daytime to nighttime palettes as well, for events, weddings, school, college. You can create so many different looks. Now let's go through this one by one. Let's start off with Nude Light. Now I'm going from Huda Beauty's website. Nude Light is a beautiful balance of light and creamy praline hues in both warm and cool tones. Featuring peachy shades with unexpected pops of lavender and mauve, the champagne and brown shimmers will add unbelievable dimension to each and every look. Out of all of that, what's nude? Just asking. There is no nude. It is basically like a nice spring palette, I would say. I would call this a spring palette. Spring colours, purples, sweet mauves, sweetie kind of colours, candy colours. That's what this reminds me of. Now, that's not to say that I hate this palette. I would say that the middle shade is almost defunct. I use this all over my eye just to blank out my eyes. And you will also see that that is the same shade, which is here, which is called Bear. Pretty much exactly the same colour. And then these 2 very pale shades in the corners will not show up on deep skin tone and a lot of medium skin tones as well. Now I am, just for reference, in Huda Beauty's foundation, I wear the shade Baklava. My skin tone is very much on the light medium side. So that's the reason why I can easily use all 3 of these palettes. Now, don't get me wrong. These 2 shades in the corner will probably work well on you. Even this one maybe come out ashy, and the shimmery shades obviously will all work because they're shimmery. It's not like matte shine bounce, light bounces off of it, and that's what creates the tone. I'm using this one here on my lid today, so you can see how nice and shimmery it is. But I would definitely say this is geared more towards light and light medium skin tones. You've got a deeper complexion and you still want to get it, I understand, because the shimmery shades are absolutely gorgeous. However, bear in mind that the lighter shades will barely show up on your skin. All right, let's now move on to the medium one. And for some reason why, I don't know what it is. I feel like this will probably be the more popular one just because it is the central one. It's the middle one. And a lot of people can kind of balance between both sides like I can. Now it says Nude Medium, Huda's favourite, obviously. This versatile palette is a rich mix of spicy tones combining chestnuts and deep browns, featuring metallic shimmers in warm yellow and rose gold tones, rustic copper, dusty pink, coral and unique terracotta shades. Well, that is a perfect description of this palette, and I have to say it's absolutely gorgeous. Out of all of them, like I said, I would probably call this one the most nudie of the nude. if that's a way to say things. But it's absolutely stunning. The matte shades are absolutely gorgeous. These two are kind of similar. This one's a little bit more pink, that one's a little bit more brown. There's a nice deep like reddish brown shade, which is gorgeous, and then the shimmery shades are absolutely gorgeous. I love rose gold. Rose gold is one of my favorite kind of, that is the color on my lid as well, so rose gold shade. But this one again, absolutely gorgeous. If you've got deep skin and you are considering using this, I think only 2 of these shades here will show up beautifully, unless of course you use a white eyeshadow base to apply it to your lid, and in that case, no matter what skin tone you have, they will all show up because you're wearing white underneath. So I think this one is absolutely stunning, and this one is definitely one that will probably work across the board on all skin tones. Let's move on to Nude Rich, aka Mauve Obsessions palette. A dreamy collection of rich, creamy matte shades, inclusive of milky and dark chocolate browns. You got one brown in here. Okay. Crimson red, dusty rose, and sandy fawn with pink undertones. Burnished gold, blushed bronze, dusty rose, and deep brown metallics complete the palette with shimmer and dimension. Now, again, I would not necessarily agree with her in terms of the way she described milky and dark chocolate browns, because there is one kind of palish neutral brown right here in the corner, and then you've got a more deeper one here, and this one is definitely more of a purpley kind of brown. Despite the fact that it's called nude, it's very difficult to come up with nude looks because the shades, that's not necessarily a criticism, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys that if you're assuming nude means kind of more browny caramel kind of tones, which is what nude is normally associated with. Obviously we have nude pinks, but nude is generally associated with creamy brown and that kind of family. This one, look at it on camera, you can very well see that it's not, I wouldn't call it nude. I wouldn't. However, the palette is still absolutely excellent. The colors are absolutely stunning. They're rich in intensity, very, very pigmented. Now, in terms of the metallic shades as well that I haven't mentioned, definitely best applied with the finger. They do work well with a brush as well. One thing you have to bear in mind is that they are a little bit glittery, so the glitter can kind of get into other places. However, it kind of easily brushes off. I definitely prefer to use my finger. They're very soft and a little bit squidgy, so they've got a nice hold to the skin. They're just like the other Obsessions palettes. They're absolutely excellent. I love them. I think they're great. I think everybody who tries these out will absolutely love them. Would I call them a must-have? I would say probably, yeah. I mean, bear in mind I've got so many eyeshadow palettes and I'm trying to sell it to you guys. Well, I'm not making any money off this, but you know what I mean. Huda definitely does the shimmery metallic shades really, really well. Her brand, in terms of her metallic shades, are definitely some of my favorites. They're so intense, and I love the fact that they're duochrome. They're shimmery, but they're glittery, but it doesn't fall all over the place. The color stays rich and intense all day long. I haven't had any issues with any kind of fallout as long as you tap off your brush, and it applies easily. It's easy to travel. That's another thing that I love. I took the Obsessions palettes with me to Korea and when I went to Canada as well, because they're just so easy and lightweight, easy to travel. You can create so many different looks with these. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I give these a 10 out of 10. I think that you guys will definitely love these. It's just going to be down to personal preference, what kind of colors you tend to use. Now, if on a daily basis you tend to not like to wear very deep shades, why would you buy this? If you're like medium skin tone like me, why? I mean, a little bit does go a long way. You could go in with a very light hand. However, if you're somebody that tends to go for more natural, neutral looks, go for this one. It's easier. Therefore, you will not go overboard in terms of intensity. But obviously, if you've got fairer skin and that same applies to you, go for this one instead. So it's all down to the kind of looks that you wear on a daily basis. These will work amazingly for makeup artist kits as well, especially because the colors have been created to all use together. It makes it easier to come up with a variety of different looks as well. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swatch all of them for you. I'll do them palette by palette just so that you can see how they look like on my medium skin tone. Okay, so let's start off with the Nude Light palette. I haven't even shown you the packaging yet. It's kind of got like a leathery, like a printed texture on the front, and then that's been stuck on top of this plastic casing. And then you've got a nice mirror at the top, and here are all 9 shades. Don't cuss my nails, they're not that bad. It's just the ends have worn off a bit, because there's always someone, fix your nails. Okay, anyway, let's start off with this first shade right here. And this one is a beautiful kind of lavendery mauve matte shade. Yeah, there's already makeup on my hand before, so it didn't come off. This one is very nicely pigmented. I'm actually using this as one of the shadows on my eyes today. Next we have this one here. Ugh, I absolutely love this kind of lilac shimmery shade. Definitely one of my favorites. So soft and easy to blend and so pigmented. Look at that one swipe, stunning. Now this is the next shade. This one is very much a matte, neutral, pale pink shade. This one just about shows up against my skin tone. Bear in mind these are thick swatches, but when I apply it with a brush, it's very, very faint. On me, it will show up like kind of an everyday, very soft shade. On deeper skin tones, it'll come out ashy. This is the next shade. Absolutely gorgeous kind of rose gold shade. This is what I'm wearing on my lid. So pretty, intensely pigmented and shimmery. And then the middle shade is the next shade. Never really understood the point of these kind of shades. I mean, it's there, it's like a matte ivory colour. Even on fair skin tones, what are you going to do with it, really? And then this is the next shade. Oh, this one is gorgeous. It's a true duochrome shade. It's a mixture between pink and peach. I'm just moving it around to see if the light bounces off of it properly. It's so gorgeous. This is the next shade. And then this shimmery shade is a very obvious kind of peachy pink, shimmery and stunning. This is the next shade. This one is a matte pale peach shade. Again, barely shows up against my skin tone. I would still say this one is more stronger in tone than this one against me. This one is definitely more leaning towards my own natural undertones, which is why it wouldn't show up as well. But nice to wear as like an everyday, very soft colour. And then this is the last shade. And then this is a beautiful kind of mid-toned matte brown shade, great for smoking out looks. So this is the entire nude light palette. I'm very confused when they say the champagne and brown shimmers. Where are the brown and champagne shimmers, people? I've described them all to you. Ain't none of them brown shimmers and ain't none of them champagne. However, regardless of that, it's an absolutely beautiful palette. So this is the outside of the Nude Medium palette. And voila, here is the inside. So gorgeous. It's very regal looking. Does that make sense? Or does that sound stupid? Alright, so this is the first shade. So this is a beautiful kind of warm caramel brown with like a reddish undertone. It's gorgeous and matte. This is the next shade. This palette goes with my nails. This is a stunning orangey copper metallic shade. Look how intense that is. It's beautiful. This one is the next shade. This is a beautiful terracotta colour. It's matte. Sorry, the swatch is a bit weird. I just realised because I wiped off the last lot of swatches with Vaseline, my hands are a bit sticky now, for God's sake. This is the next colour. This one is such a pretty deep pink colour. It's matte and gorgeous. This is the next colour. Wow, just wow. Now that is a true copper colour. This one's more of an orangey copper. That is a true copper shade and it's absolutely stunning. This one is the next shade. All right, you know what? Next time I'm going to use makeup remover to take off this swatch because look, this one's gone weird as well. It's not a reflection of the quality, I promise. It's because my hands are sticky because of Vaseline. So this one is a beautiful deep brown shade. Gorgeous for smoking out any look. This is the next shade. This one is a beautiful metallic shimmery pink with like golden undertones to it. It's kind of duochrome. This is the next shade. Now this one is a very soft mauve kind of shade with like a hint of deep pink to it and it's matte. And then this one is the final shade. This one is another shimmery shade and it's definitely duochrome. It's like a mix of purple with brown. It's so pretty. So these are all the colours in the Nude Medium palette. You can see quite a lot of them are fairly similar, but it's definitely the shimmers that win out in this palette for me. And then this is the outside of the Nude Rich palette. And here are the beautiful shadows on the inside. Ooh. Let's start off with this one. This one is a matte shade. It's like a fawn colour with a pink undertone to it. And here is the next one. This one is a beautiful shimmery dusty rose shade with golden undertones to it. You can see the gold flickering in the light. And this is the next one. Isn't this like a proper Christmas colour? That is a crimson red. That is intense, that is pigmented, and it is gorgeous. This is the next shade. This one is a shimmery pink with golden undertones. This one is absolutely stunning, but I swear there is another shade like this in one of the other Huda palettes. Don't know which one, can't remember. So many. And this is the next shade. This one is a beautiful matte deep pink shade. And this is the next shade. This is a beautiful plummy brown sort of shimmery shade, very intensely pigmented as you can see. This is the next shade. This one is a matte shade and it is a beautiful deep reddish brown. This is the next shade. This is a beautiful deep red shade that would look amazing with that crimson red, and it's matte. And then sad to see the last shade right in the corner over there. And then this is the deepest shade out of all the palettes. It's a deep brown and it seems to have like a purpley undertone to it. So this is all of the 9 shades from the Nude Rich palette. Absolutely stunning and gorgeous. Okay, so that's it for my swatches, my review and my tutorial of the brand new Nude Mini Obsessions eyeshadow palettes by Huda Beauty. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know loads of you are going to be interested in getting these, so let me know which one's below. Which one is your favorite if you really had to pick? Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great and that you found this video useful and helpful. I'm now on my way to a 10th birthday party. Happy birthday, Adam Hashim, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.